that'll almost always land you in the friend zone. Listen to them carefully and make a mental note of how many you've already made. Sending a girl flowers at work, confessing your feelings to her in a text or email, showing her you're a good guy by not going for the kiss or waiting to make your move, bringing a girl a gift on a first date, or dropping obvious hints that you'll want to be her boyfriend. If you're scratching your head going, "What is this guy talking about?" then you're in for a shocking discovery.
Hi, this is Bobby, and in this short video, I'm going to reveal a weird little mind game called the Scrambler that flips a switch in a girl's mind and gets her obsessed with sleeping with you. Now, I have to warn you, the Scrambler is like fucking with her head on steroids, so if you think playing mind games is unethical or immoral, exit this video. Now, if you're not afraid to use tricks to get a girl into bed, I'll show you how this sneaky little secret can take complete control of her thoughts. And even though this might sound impossible now, once you watch this short presentation and do what it says, you'll feel like you suddenly have a remote control to the fuck me center of her mind. You'll finally have that female friend butt naked on your bed confessing how badly she wants you. You'll be surprised when that bartender or waitress you have a secret crush on is slipping her number on the receipt. You'll shock your friends when that hot girl at the party who everyone has their eye on is flirting with you and begging to go back to your place. This mind game will even have that girl who got away knocking on your door at 2 in the morning because she suddenly decides she has to have you inside her. And I personally promise that any girl will fall for the Scrambler, no matter what her opinion of you is now, how bad of a first impression you made with her, no matter how shy or nervous you are around girls you like, and no matter how many times you tried and failed to seduce some girl you desperately wanted. And it'll work even if you just think you're too old or you're too hopeless of a situation to fix. So, why is seducing that cool, fun, sexy girl so hard, even though some guys make it look so fucking simple? I don't know about you, but whenever I really liked a girl, it felt like there was this invisible force field that was just determined to keep us apart. I wasted years obsessing over classmates, coworkers, girls from my social circle, and even random girls I'd pass in the hallway who barely knew I was alive. I was constantly sitting at home, planning how I'd make my move in some cool, suave way that almost never happened. I won't even tell you about all the imaginary conversations I had with these girls, or sitting around with my friends pathetically analyzing every single word she said to me. Today she smiled at me on the way to the bathroom. Do you think that's a good sign? Now, I didn't know it then, but I was uncovering an important ingredient of the Scrambler. We'll get to that in a minute. But most of the time, I just silently bottle up my feelings until I couldn't take it anymore and just blurt out how much I liked her. Or worse, I'd send her some embarrassing email confessing how cute and special and fun to talk to she was. It'd usually end with her mumbling something like, "You're really nice. I just don't have those kind of feelings for you." Yep, the truth is my entire life I got some version of that excuse from just about every girl I saw as girlfriend material. Now, here's the really sad part. I practically lived in the gym. I went tanning regularly. I bought clothes I couldn't afford just to seem stylish, and I'm kind of ashamed to reveal this, but I stuck needles full of steroids into my ass because I thought big muscles would finally win her over. And yet, girls I had a strong connection with, a similar sense of humor, lots in common, would reject me and go bang some scrawny waiter who was stringing her along and treating her like crap. It didn't seem fair. I was constantly sitting there scratching my head wondering why the girls I liked never wanted to bang me or kept giving me the pathetic friend zone speech. Finally, like a lot of guys, I gave up. I decided it wasn't worth the time or the effort to go after the girls I really wanted, and I'd focus on work and making money instead, and maybe one day if I was rich enough or somehow famous enough, she'd finally choose me. And yeah, I had to live with the feeling that there was just something inherently wrong with me. Like I had the word friend zone stamped on my forehead. But then, a few years ago, I stumbled onto a simple question that changed everything for me. It was the key to slipping into a girl's mind and unlocking a secret desire. A desire that was like an itch that only I could scratch and led me to sleep with multiple girls that had already given me the friend zone speech. It had these girls put me up on a pedestal and chase me like I was some sort of rock star. And most importantly, for the first time in my life, I felt like I had the power and the upper hand with girls. This simple question was the seed that turned into the Scrambler. What was the question? Now, it may seem kind of silly, but here it is. You ever watch a cat play with a string? I'm serious. You can learn the essence of unlocking a woman's desire by watching a cat play play with a piece of string. Let me explain. Well, when the string's dangling above its head, just out of reach, the cat goes crazy trying to get it. It leaps in the air, dancing around, and chases it all over the room. But as soon as you let go of the string and it drops right between the cat's paws, a weird thing happens. It just looks at it for a second, gets bored, and walks away. Well, girls are the same exact way. The easier you are to catch, the more bored and less interested she becomes. Simply because once a girl knows she has you, it's over. The minute she figures out she's the one holding the power, her attraction for you plummets, her legs get locked shut, and you're more likely to win the lottery than to see her naked. And it happens fast. Sometimes within 5 minutes of talking to you. This is why a girl will go from hot to cold, or from wanting to fuck you to wanting to be your friend. This is why a girl that seemed totally into you will start ignoring your calls, is suddenly always too busy to hang out, or just flat out gets mean or unresponsive towards you. It's like she was disappointed the game was so easy and she actually loses respect for you. You see, it goes against her nature. She wants to chase you. She wants the dancing string. Now, I've got some good news. Great news, in fact. Are you ready for it? Okay, here it is. It works both ways. When a guy gets on a girl's radar and is dangling close enough for her to play with, but just out of reach, it drives her crazy and she's compelled to try to seduce him. Like the cat drawn to the dancing string, girls are drawn to the hard-to-catch guy, even if she wasn't attracted to him to begin with. Now, you may be thinking you've heard it all and tried it all, but you have never seen anything like the Scrambler before. And